Good morning and you're welcome to Good Morning Crossover Monday. My name is Esther Williams. Every Monday we talk about education. Today we are going to talk about the importance of education. With me here I have Mr. Adia, who is going to tell us more about the importance of education. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, viewers. The importance of education cannot be overemphasized. Education is about development. It's about individual transformation positively. In life there are two stages. You could be at a stage of you are not refined. Okay, you are in a primitive situation where things are not well done, and they have their consequences. But you see, with education, you get refined, you get developed, you get enlightened. You are a different person. You are a new person. You think differently amongst people who are not, educated, so to say, non-educated people. If you want to begin to mention the importance of education, you would realize that people can categorize the importance of education in different forms. Some people could look at it as self-improvement, improving your personal self from a crude way of life to a better way of life. Maybe you don't know how to eat. For example, you eat anything that can be harmful to your body. But when you are educated, you personally know that you don't need to eat this, that this is harmful, this is dangerous. That's education to health. Because you are enlightened, because you are educated, you have realized that this is what you should eat, this is what you shouldn't eat. And because you are educated, personal hygiene improves, isn't it? If you are not educated, you are somewhere in the bush, you just walk about in the bush, you don't bother about your personal hygiene, and that can be harmful. But if you are educated, you realize that personal hygiene becomes very important. That's self-development. So, but in our environment today, people think that education is about going to school, getting the certificate, and getting a job. Yes, it's one of those things. Yes, you get to school, you learn. Over a period of time, you get certificates, and then you get a job. Okay, and the job puts food on your table. I think that's one important aspect of education, because today, if you are not educated, you find yourself incapacitated in several ways. You see, when you get the certificate, it is not about getting government job alone or white collar job. Because you have the certificate, not just the certificate, of course, the knowledge, you can lay your hands in different areas and you make a difference. You'll be a different person from that person who just comes and dabbles into a particular profession. All right. So I would want to say that education puts food on the table. It does. It puts food on the table. And aside that, I don't think there is any level of human development, society development, that does not come with education. Of course, education may be formal or informal. Now, if you talk about informal education, where people go to learn trades, learn, artisans, they go to learn mechanic, roadside mechanic, furniture, builders, and all that. That's education. That's a level of education on its own. It's not about going to the university or to colleges of education or the polytechnic, and after 4 or 5 years or 6 years or thereabout, you get a certificate. If you get educated informally, if you learn trade, that's education. And you are learning trade to develop yourself, to put food on your table, to improve your personality. So a mechanic is educated. Okay. Again, the argument could be that who is educated? It's not about school all the way. It's not about school. If I learn trade, how to to sell clothes, in one way or the other, I've gained knowledge. There's new knowledge added to me. I'm educated.
Another aspect.
Yes, in that aspect, isn't it? And it can help me in many ways. I won't be a thief. I won't be seen idle. I won't be seen walking about the society and become a nuisance. I wake up in the morning, I go somewhere, and I come back home with food on the table, and you see it in my dressing, and I'm respected, isn't it?
Yes.
In the society, people know that this man works here, this woman works here. So that's the level of education. But when you look at it again, people think that education is about ability to read and write, and perhaps own a certificate. Yes, that's another level. That's formal education, and that is the way a lot of us are going now. And it's about everybody wants to go to school to get certificates. Everybody wants to get BSc, BA, BEd, and wear, suits, and wake up in the morning and go to. That's fine. But again, it is becoming a problem to us, in the sense that the idea is everybody wants to go to school, and everybody cannot be employed by government. It is becoming a problem. It is what do I say? It is hitting us back negatively, because people are now being churned. Graduates are being churned by several universities, several colleges of education, several polytechnics, day in, day out, across the country, and there are no places for them to be, absorbed. And it's some people begin to say, what kind of education? I go to school and I don't get a job. Again, we need to emphasize that you don't need to be employed. It is not a must that you have to be employed by government. But the fact that you have gone through school, and school has gone through you over 4 years or 5 years or thereabouts, right? You have been empowered. You are a new person. You have been given the ability to do a lot of things, not necessarily being employed by CROBC or University of Calabar or Ministry of this or Ministry of that. You can get out of school, all right, and do many things because you have been mentally, physically, emotionally empowered by education. So education, in summary, improves social status. All right, it improves social status. It puts food on the table. It empowers you.
Okay. Mr. Adie, what's your advice to the society about the importance of education?
Yeah, my advice to people is that education is good. Whatever form of education, formal or informal, everybody, you see, we have different pace at which we learn. Some people learn very slowly. Some people can't learn. It's true. Some people, you can't teach them in the class. They can't get anything. But when we realize this very quickly, we should allow them to go the other way of education, informal education. And those of us those who want to do the formal education too, should also go to school, do well in primary school, do well in secondary school, do well in the higher. It's not about going to get the degree like people do now. A lot of just get the certificate is rubbish. The certificate is here. It's not in the paper. It's in the head. It's in the mind. All right. So if you have a certificate and your mind is not refined, you are not educated. If you have a certificate and you are not improved socially, you are not educated. You are not. If you have a certificate and you are a nuisance to society, then you are not educated. So I advise parents to try their best to send their children to school, formally or informally. It will improve the status of people. It will improve society. Because if I'm educated, I'm going to solve a lot of problems in society. So if you have children sent to school, they will solve society problems too. So education is very important. As I said earlier, it improves your status. It makes you respectable. It makes you venerable. It makes you a model, and it puts food on your table, and it makes you a contributor to local, national, and international development. So education is very, very good.
To me, education is the background of every child. To secure a better future for them. Come with me, let's make findings.
The importance of education actually cannot be overemphasized, because it's best known to the pursuer. You see, education is very, very important because it exposes individuals. Without education, you cannot be exposed, and actually the economy cannot develop.
It's a positive one because there are so many people who are, if I may say, illiterate. They don't actually understand life. When you have education at hand, you can go to any extent in life. It makes you understand people better, it makes you understand things better, how things work, how life as a whole works. So education affects us, especially in this modern age, positively.
Education is something people involve themselves in. It's like broadening your horizons when it comes to learning things and knowing more about the things any usual person wouldn't know. It has its advantages. It has lots of advantages. People out there, the people who haven't had the chance to know about stuff around them. Education, like university institutions, there are institutions that are provided to carry out this process of educating, of providing learning skills and opportunities for these ones who are illiterate to know more about things.
Education is the learning of knowledge or acquiring of knowledge. So the importance of education is that a lot of people will be informed. Informed in the sense that what you don't know, you learn it through education. When you acquire education, you become equipped to grow the society. You become equipped to build up something. You become equipped to face the future. So education has several importance. And also it has the disadvantage. But the question you ask is the importance. So it has numerous importance.
Education is very important, as you all know, because in my own understanding, I think education helps in reasoning. Because the way an educated man reasons is different from the way an uneducated man reasons. So education is very, very important. Like the way you react to situations is like very, very different. Another aspect of education I like is that education links the world, as in link people up. Because so many things that are happening now without education we won't even know, because you need to read. You read and you need to understand whatever you hear and read whatever you see. So I think that's one of the importance of education. And I also like to say that education is like synonymous to like civilization. Because without education we can't have civilization, and without civilization we can't have education.
The importance of education cannot be overemphasized in any language you put it. Education is very important because it is through education that you get to impact, you transfer learning through education. It's either you're educating somebody in the classroom or through skills, but it is still education because you are impacting something on the person. So you cannot overemphasize the importance of education. It is the only way you could train the next generation. It's the only way you can teach people about the current or the recent happening in the world or even in the society. It is only through education that you can do that. So it's important also that we catch them young. The young people should be told about things that they're going to meet in future, step by step. Let them get acquainted, let them get informed, let them get aware of things happening in the world. And it is definitely only through education that we can do that. So education cannot be overemphasized.
I believe we all have gotten various opinions from different people about the importance of education. Once again, I'm Esther Williams. Thank you for staying tuned. Keep watching the program. Thank you.